Hello, my lovely Libra. Welcome back to lovefromaleo. My name is Tay, otherwise known as lovefromaleo, and this is my channel. So this is going to be a timeless message. As you can see, I'm extremely comfortable. I'm feeling really fresh and rejuvenated, and so I wanted to come on and give you your reading for what the divine wants to tell your soul, your heart, what you need to hear for your purpose, for just for your inner self, your intuition to really resonate with this. So we're just going to shuffle, go with the flow, and see what messages need to come out. Keep in mind this is for your soul. So if there is some love, then I'll talk about it. But for the most part, this is going to be a very deep sort of reading, okay? So if you resonate with it, make sure you leave a thumbs up so someone else like you who needs to see this message is able to, okay? I'm setting the intention that these messages will come out clean and precise so that you resonate with them, but also so that your soul has a clear message, clear insight. Okay. So for the first message, we got the Eight of Cups and the Princess of Pentacles. So intuitively, when looking at these cards, I definitely feel like you were leaving something that had potential. You left something that you either saw abundance coming from this, or you had a plan for it to end a certain way that it did not. For some reason, I feel like whatever you left, maybe you didn't have much say-so in it. Like maybe it had to happen, or it worked its way out to where you didn't have a choice but to leave it alone or leave it behind. But I am feeling like it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. Queen of Wands in reverse. So with this situation, I think there was a bit of aggression. I think there was maybe micromanagement happening. Maybe someone trying to dictate how you do things. I feel like there was a bit of authority that was unwarranted in this situation. But I felt like you tried to stick it through because you saw the plan for the end goal. You saw the end goal and you kept holding on to that. But so you were calm in the situation. You were there for a certain outcome, a certain goal. But this other entity or energy that was a part of the situation that may have had a part in you having to leave this behind, it was very harsh. Or if not harsh, then just really aggressive. That's what I'm feeling. Aggressive, irritating, dominant, but like domineering. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is something that you may think about from time to time. You know, if it just happened, obviously you would be thinking about it. But even for those where this has happened for a while, I think this is it's in your memory with the Moon card. It's something that I feel like you really reflect on a lot. Like you have a lot of moments where you sit back and you're like, not necessarily you debate on like you regretting it or anything like that, but I think it's something that you haven't had full closure from. And some of you, I got the idea right now that I think you look at it from a different perspective now. So some of you may have seen this as a learning lesson, but some of you may have been like, maybe there's some things that I could have done differently, or you see that something, like while you were in it, you weren't able to see the darkness that was attached to it. But now that you're out away from it, maybe you're starting to see like where all these things went wrong or why it went wrong, or starting to have more of these like aha moments, especially if this was dealing with another person who wasn't of the greatest spirit energetically. I do feel like there's another person attached to this. I do. This person that was attached to it, they also were a person who was very focused on the end goal as well. they were very detail oriented when it came to making something happen, but they were so fixated on, I feel like, the monetary aspects of it, or the profits, or the fame, recognition, that they lost sight of the why. The why. Why are you truly doing this? I do see Taurus energy here. So again, I feel like this is a person who is very focused on the monetary aspects. They're comfortable with focusing on the money. But when it comes to the actual reason as to why this was setting up, I think you had a more, like, it was more internal for you. This other person only focused on the money aspects of it. But for you, this was an actual, I don't really know what to call it. Intuitive healing. Intuitive, like, even if it had nothing to do with holistic healing or anything, I feel like for you, it was therapeutic for you. For you, it was to help other people. For you, there was an actual reason why you started what you started. And for this other person that happens to be a part of this situation, this energy, this also could have been you still, like maybe it's just you a part of this, but you had a darker force within you that started to focus only on the money, and you sacrificed the quality for the amount of something. So for some of you, I'm definitely feeling like it's more like you were trying to balance out the positive and negative aspects of yourself within this actual project, situation, circumstance. It's almost like, I'll give you an example. Mike Tyson, everyone knows who Mike Tyson is. He says that he actually prefers not to work out as much, because when he works out, it's something like the animal within him kind of starts to come back. And he says he kind of doesn't like to feel that. He's definitely moved on to a more holistic way of living. Very, very peaceful now. Definitely a perfect embodiment of the Cancer energy. Obviously, he's a Cancer. So I say that because with the moon card here, you have the crab here. And kind of going towards this more balanced way of being, yin and yang right here with the two fish. And I feel like your soul kind of called for you to walk away from this other energy that was a part of it, whether it was yourself or another person. But your soul was like, no. You're forgetting the why. You're forgetting the memories attached to the whole reason you set this up in the first place. And then I also feel like Spirit kind of wanted to tell you that with the Princess of Pentacles, even if you would have gone all the way through with the situation, you would have gotten some type of, profit from it, or some type of something. But it's not the queen or king of pentacles, meaning this is a smaller stepping stone to something bigger that's coming your way. But you needed to choose, or you have to, if you haven't done this yet, you need to choose the real, authentic reason why you're doing this. Go within yourself if you don't even know why. Meditate on why you're doing this if you're still a part of it. For some of you, it definitely could be a job, like maybe you have a boss who just doesn't appreciate you, or they overwork you, or something like that. Or if you feel like you're sacrificing certain aspects of yourself morally or internally just to make $1. If you're working for a corporation you don't believe in, something like that. It's something like either you need to walk away, you have walked away, or you're about to. But there is someone's walking away from a partnership, a business, a job, and going towards themselves, like going towards their true nature as a spirit. And I feel like once you do this, I feel like universe wants to grant you a bigger, outcome. Kind of like the blossoming of a flower. You're starting off like this right now, you're closed off. But as soon as you kind of go into your own path and go, whichever way you feel soulfully is the right way. It might not be by yourself, but going towards something different, something more fulfilling spiritually, then you'll blossom. And interesting enough, I pulled a card for myself. I usually don't show what I pulled for myself, but I want to show you this because I feel like it'll resonate. This is from a goddess oracle card deck that I have, and it's so amazing. Such a deep. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. So today I got the Flower of Life, and it says divine creativity and manifestation. And I feel like this is something that you need to kind of tap into. Or maybe this is confirmation for you if you've been debating, should I leave my job to go towards something more creative and more spiritually fulfilling? this, I feel like this is something you needed to see, because I usually don't even show, you know, what I pulled for myself for the day. But this is something I feel like you definitely can resonate with. Okay, Libra? And there's also a flower on the back here. I don't know if you guys can see it. All right there. Just opening up. And obviously the flower of life is about connectivity and oneness. And I feel like you've had doubts. You've had doubts on, you know, what you should do, how you should do it. Will it be the right thing? Will I succeed? Yada, yada, yada. Everything is connected. So it really doesn't matter which way you take. You still will kind of end up on the outer skirt of the flower, just with time happening in the first place. But you will have a better feeling, I believe, with these cards that I'm seeing. Going towards something that heals you more spiritually. That is more spiritually in tune with you. And again, that could be anything. It could be music. It could be art. It could be, I don't know. It could be you just becoming a chef instead of working in a normal 9 to 5. You know, something creative. Something creatively is here. Shoot, it could be a tattoo artist for all I know. I feel a lot of art, though. A lot of artistic type of nature. Okay, so what karmic lesson is this tying into? Food and hunger. Yeah, so Libra, you're worried about security, and I feel like this is something you've had to worry about in your past lives for sure. And I think that's the reason why you stay connected to this. It could even be a person, but I do feel like it's more of like a job setting, or your occupation within this realm as a spirit. Like, what are you offering? I feel like you're like, what I'm doing is not fulfilling. This isn't what life is about. But you also are debating security, meaning shelter, food, bills. Like, you want to make sure you have all of that taken care of. So I can definitely understand that. It's just, it's one of those things where you have to know that if you're going towards something righteous, which I do feel like you are, then you must know that the universe will accommodate for everything that you need. Obviously, you have to keep putting in the work or whatever, but if you're so focused on security and you also have the why as to why you want to see something grow, nothing's going to be able to stop you. You understand what I'm saying? There's only so far you can go with working on something or for something that really doesn't serve any purpose for you internally. So really, you're worried about security, but at this other place that you're at, your soul doesn't have any security. So it's like, are you going to pick your soul or are you going to pick the dollar? Because with this thing that you could be going towards, I definitely think both of those will be intact. You know, your soul will be secure. It'll be flourishing. Your light will be lit again. But you'll also be able to, you know, sustain yourself in this realm and feel comfortable and feel proud of what you do, you know? And I feel like there'll be a little bit less stress. With the Princess of Pentacles here, she actually has like bags a little bit. It's like you overwork yourself for little coin, or maybe it's not little, but for little fulfillment. Like, I just feel like there's a fulfilling factor. Like, maybe you do have a very good lifestyle at this job, but the fulfillingness on the inside is missing. You go home, and with the 8 of Cups, I feel like you go home and maybe you just open the wine bottle, like, just as a, like, it's a routine because you need to relax because it was so draining. And I feel like it's because your soul is crying out for you to do something different. So no matter how hard you work for any day that you're there, when you're there, you feel drained. And I feel like there's this need and push for you to go towards something different. Go towards something different. Go towards what you've been debating. Because I know you've had this on your mind. I can see it here. You may not have all the details, but you do have the overall picture of what you actually want to do. Go for it, Libra. And keep in mind, you can do multiple things at once, okay? Especially if it's divinely for you. I promise you, things will move out of the way so that you're able to fulfill this profit of your own life. You understand? Okay, so let's go ahead and get a oracle message from the Psychic Tarot. What does Libra need to hear? Emotional withdrawal. This to me is very reminiscent of like a combination of the 4 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. If you're not familiar with tarot, then I'll explain. 4 of Swords, taking a pause, really sitting with something. 6 of Swords, literally going across the waters, transitioning, going towards something new. but specifically going through water, meaning your emotions, meaning a long travel, meaning time to reflect. You have time to reflect because you have nothing else to do but sail towards your next destination. And at this point, Libra, I do feel like you're about to walk into the water, but you're still on the shore, meaning you're still having your back against the wall. You're still straddling the fence. So I suggest to you, I challenge you to really, really see what you want to do emotionally speaking, Libra. You are logic. You are air. Some would say you're the most logical sign in the zodiac, being cardinal air. Super, super logical, super smart, super intelligent. Always looking at both ends of the stick. Always being able to see two sides to a situation or more. Never being able to completely make a decision. But now you're being pushed to. You have to make a decision. Your soul depends on it at this point. Remember, it's your life. It's your spirit. It's your soul. So it truly is up to you. But really give it a fair shot to know what you actually want to do. Don't just go with what you think logically would work out. Because what you're about to do probably has no logic in it as far as, you know, quitting your job, stopping doing this, starting, like, I understand it's creative. And to you, that may not make any sense. But you do still have emotional resonance within you. We all do. You have to tune into that. Especially if you're a Libra or an air sign who tends to not worry about the more emotional feeling aspects of yourself. Now, at this particular time in your life, you need to do that, okay? And then once you start that creative thing, you can go ahead and add a little bit more logic and be more of the Queen of Swords, having a creative, logical point to reference, you know? But at this particular time while you're watching this video, I encourage you to tap into your more emotional side. Feel and believe. Some of you, I just got a weird thought in my head. Some of you need to do this in the shower. While you're cleansing yourself physically. Imagine yourself being cleansed spiritually, energetically, so that whatever negative blockages that you've been encountering can be pushed through. How water pushes through dirt, rocks, people sometimes, okay? I really think you should try to do that, though. I really, really do. All right, Libra. That is your message for today and for whenever you see this, a timeless message. There will be more videos like this on my channel, so if you are interested, please make sure you subscribe and you like this video so that more people like you can find this message. I do have a way that you can get personalized readings from me, and also have a way that you can sign up for monthly subscriptions of your own personalized reading every single month on whatever your focus is. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, Libra.